Hi guys, bit of an odd one tonight, not gonna lie. Mainly just to, well, as you can probably see by the title, just wanting to really apologise and explain for the lack of content for the past week or so. Really, it's not going to be the jolliest of videos that I've ever done. So just to create a little juxtaposition, whilst I'm talking about miserable stuff, here's some pictures of some cute penguins. So I hope you enjoy that. So yeah, the last video I put out was, I believe, my 2-year anniversary video, which was a week last Tuesday, I believe, and I didn't plan to go this long sort of without making a video, and things have just kind of happened really. So to kind of go back in time a little bit, those of you who have followed me from the beginning will already know this, but for those of you that have only subscribed fairly recently, I do suffer with depression. Now, it's been, well, I've had it for probably longer than I realised, so probably quite a few years, but it wasn't until last year in sort of June, July time that I actually kind of got officially diagnosed with it. I'm actually doing the speech marks here, realising you can't actually see my face, so I'm clearly an idiot. But yeah, it was June, July last year that I actually got diagnosed by a doctor that I was suffering with clinical depression, and I was put on some tablets. So since then, and when I was on the tablets, last year was pretty rough, pretty tough. There are some videos earlier on my channel that you can probably see. You might not want to if you want to stay happy and jolly. But yeah, things were tough. But after being on the tablets, I started to get better with things. And when I started my job in January, I decided to come off the tablets because I felt, I don't want to say I felt in control of my depression, because that never happens. You know, when you suffer with depression, you do not control depression. The depression definitely is very much in control of you. But I feel like I was handling it pretty well, put it that way. So I didn't want to feel like I was relying on the tablets, so I decided to stop them. So that was in, like I say, about January time, just after I started work, and things have been pretty, fine since then. Still the odd down days, which is obvious, and I kind of just accepted that that's, I'm kind of stuck with this for probably the rest of my life now. So I just kind of, accepted the fact that I will have to take the rough with the smooth, and just get on with things, and things have been absolutely fine. Obviously, things going well in my life with starting, obviously, the job then, starting up the new YouTube channel, Bartak Gaming, making new friends, and just generally, being surrounded by great friends, great family, and, yes, I had depression, but, just get on with it. Things are pretty decent. But I would say maybe a month ago, I started having more down days than, not more down days than good days, but when I was having a down day, it seemed to be hitting me harder again, sort of like it was originally, and that started to kind of worry me a little bit. But it was only sort of for one day at a time, so then it didn't get to me too much. But just after I put out my 2-year anniversary vid, can't even speak. My 2-year anniversary video last week, I've kind of been on a downward spiral, and this week it really sort of got to, I don't want to say rock bottom, but I've been pretty damn low this week, so much so that I felt it has been starting to affect me at work, which it hasn't done before. And when you're having to deal with members of the public on a daily basis, and put a brave face on and be really polite, which you should anyway. You need to be polite and be mannerable to people. But when you feel in the pits of depression, and everything is pretty dark, it gets pretty hard to wear that fake smile. I'd got to be quite a master of wearing a fake smile when I first sort of realised I had depression, you know, kind of trying to hide it from people. And I still managed to do that. But this week, that mask and that sort of facade broke down really. And, you know, people really started to notice it, especially Lee, who I do the Bartak Gaming channel with, and I also work with. But he sort of noticed that things weren't quite right. So, yeah, I think things haven't been great this week and the week previous. And to cut a long story short, now back to, you know, the reason why I haven't been getting the content out. I just really have not felt right or in the mood to be doing videos, especially sort of sitting in front of a camera and trying to, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. I mean, I've tried to go over this before with depression, but it really is impossible to explain the way it makes you feel. But basically my motivation for making videos this past week just completely disappeared. You know, I've had so much free time this week. My parents have been away. You know, I've had every opportunity to edit videos, to make new stuff for my channel, you know, record more sort of gameplay footage, do more Banjo-Kazooie. And I just haven't, because I have not felt up to it. And even more so sort of, you know, sitting in front of the camera and doing match reaction vlogs, I really haven't wanted to. And also that I've suffered a little bit of confidence issues recently as well. You know, again, I've mentioned before in videos that that's always been one of my main sort of downfalls is my self-confidence. But again, you know, this past year or so, it has sort of built up again, and I've probably been the highest in confidence that I have ever been. But, you know, down to the depression, down to a few sort of comments on some of my YouTube videos, a message that I got on Twitter, and as embarrassing as it is to say, on online dating, a few certain things have happened on there that has basically knocked my confidence back a good couple of years. So I really haven't felt comfortable sitting in front of a camera and then sort of coming around to editing and then having to, you know, look at myself. I know that sounds like a very strange thing to sort of say, but that's just the way it is, really. And it's also why you're currently looking at a picture of a very cute, fluffy little penguin. I just, you know, I couldn't face sort of the camera, really. And with that, I should also point out that I'm taking a little break from social media, mainly Twitter, really. Just because, you know, as I've just mentioned, you know, I'm not in any sort of state right now to be dealing with not certain people, but just certain comments here and there. You know, it kind of only makes things worse for me, really. And it's not everyone out there at all. I know it's just the minority, and people will say, you know, just ignore them. And usually, you know, that's exactly what I do, and I don't let people's words get to me. But like I say, when I'm sort of feeling this fragile with certain things, it's just best for me to stay away, really. So Twitter and sort of YouTube comments, you know, you won't be getting any responses over the next week or so. So, you know, I do apologise for that. I'm not ignoring you, but, you know, you understand the situation. If you do see any sort of tweets coming out on my Twitter, it would be, you know, if I've just put a YouTube video out and it's an automated message from there. So, yeah. I really am waffling on here and not really making the best of points. It's been killing me not getting videos out. You know, I did actually record a reaction vlog for the Cardiff game. After the Cardiff game, but after sort of editing it and listening to it back, I hated it, so I scrapped it. I had every intention of doing one for the Charlton game. Again, that just didn't happen. I was going to do some gaming stuff. That hasn't happened, and it's just been sort of getting worse, really. And I really have felt awful for you guys for not getting the content out there, because, you know, you've been showing me so much support, especially recently. You know, I'm just about to hit 500 subs, I believe. And, you know, I don't feel like I'm obviously, you know, repaying you, you know, for the support and the faith that you're sort of putting into me. Hence this sort of apology video, really. But, you know, I don't know when I'm going to get my next video up. It really kind of depends how I kind of deal with this and how I get out of it. I mean, I may wake up in the morning and feel absolutely fine, or this may go on for another week, which, if it is the case, I'm probably looking at going back onto tablets and antidepressants, which I really haven't wanted to do, but if it's the only way out of it, then, you know, I will do that. But I do have every intention of making a reaction video, a vlog to tomorrow's game against Blackpool. But I just don't want to promise anything to you guys. And like I say, I really am sorry. I know, you know, I've noticed a lot of you commenting saying, you know, where have you gone? How come there's not been reaction videos to this and that? And this is basically my explanation for that, really. And I just hope you guys will sort of understand and just, you know, be a little bit patient with me over this next week or so. And hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, things will be sort of, you know, back to normal as soon as possible. There are already videos that have been recorded that will be going out on the Bartak Gaming channel. So, you know, if you really are missing me that much, which I doubt you are, then you can go catch some videos that will be going out there this week. Tonight, I think a FIFA video has gone out on there, which is good fun with me and Lee. We've got some GTA stuff, we've got some Minecraft stuff coming out next week. We also have a Borderlands pre-sequel video that will be coming out, which looking forward to seeing the reaction to that. So like I say, if you know you do, you know, miss me that much, then you can go get me on the Bartak Gaming channel. But yes, that's been about 12 minutes of me completely waffling onto you. But like I say, guys, you know, I really am sorry, but it just hasn't been right for me recently to be making videos and making content, because my heart just won't have been in it, and I wouldn't have been happy with the, you know, content at the end of it, and I'm sure you wouldn't have been too. So like I say, if you could just, you know, bear with me whilst I get through this, you know, hopefully I will see you out on the other side with a great big smile on my face, and yeah, I'm rambling on a bit too much now. So yeah, cheers for understanding, guys, and yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Penguin!